Hi, in this tutorial I'll talk about how to create a Maven job. You must have a question now, why a different kind of job when you can build your Maven project using freestyle project kind of job? So we'll try to find the answer to this question, along with we'll see how you can set up a Maven job in Jenkins. So to understand this, let's try to create a new job here, new item. So you will see these kind of options. You do not see any option which says Maven project. So for that, you have to install a Maven plugin. So for that, you have to go to dashboard, manage Jenkins, and go to the plugins. There are different options in the left hand side menu. Inside installed plugins, check whether you have Maven plugin or not. You don't have. So go to available plugins here and search for Maven plugin. Check this box and say install without restart. So you can install multiple plugins. Whatever plugin you want to install, just check these boxes and say install, or you have other option as well. This is the simplest option. So say install without restart. It will start installing your plugin. Once you see these all the steps green, you may see more options as per your Jenkins. Then say restart Jenkins. So it may take few minutes, but when it come back, it will land to your main dashboard. So the restart is done. Now let me create a new item. So as soon as you create new item, you will see a new option called Maven project. So using this template, you can create your Maven specific job. So let me create that Maven job. Okay, let me say underscore and say okay. So you will find almost same kind of option whatever we see in previous tutorials. So let me add a description here, and source code management is a Git. So I'll use the same repo which I used in my previous tutorial. So let's say this is my repo, and because this is a private repo, so I'll add my personal access token which I created in previous tutorials. That's done. Now I want to build my master branch. That's fine. I have already explained this in previous tutorial. Please go back and check. So the difference you will see here is build environment. I'll say just delete workspace before start, just to avoid any conflicts. Now you will see here pre-steps, right? Pre-steps is you had earlier as well. Now build option. This build section is specifically for the POM, means specifically for the Maven projects, means Maven projects have POM files. So this build section is only and only for Maven projects. So if I show you other jobs, if I show you freestyle job here, this is our freestyle job, and configure, I'll show you. So if you see here build step, here you had options what kind of build step you want to add. There were multiple build step. Here we were using Maven as a build step, right? But in specific Maven job, you will find in build you have only one option. You have to provide your Maven configurations here, means your project configurations here. So as you know, Maven project has POM, means if you have multi-module project, there is a POM in every module. So here you have to provide your POM path, means where your POM parent POM present. So how you will give this path? So this is basically a relative path. Okay, relative to what? So when you create any job, there is a space created in your workspace where your Jenkins installed. So let me show you that. So if you come here, go to this folder structure, and let me show my hidden folders. So there is a directory where a Jenkins installed. So if you go here and you will see jobs, right? So you will see a additional job. Once I create this job, you will find a additional job here, and it has some configurations. So it does not have your code, okay? But you know your Jenkins job clone your repository. So where it clone your repository? So you will find some options here. Go to workspace. This is the workspace, and it create a space for your job, specific job. And here it create your repository, means it create a clone of your repository. And let's say this one, let me show you, let me complete that first, then you will be able to see that specific folder. Okay, so my POM, I would say the parent POM, and my goal is, let's say, clean install, right? That's one. I don't have any post build, post steps, nothing. I would say save and apply. Now let me build this first. So if you see my job has been failed, right? We'll see that what is the reason of that failed. But first let's go there and see. Okay. So let me go to my folder structure again, Jenkins, and inside job, you will see here there is an additional job folder called Maven Job, right? It has some configuration file. We'll talk about that later in a separate tutorial. Now go to the workspace. Inside workspace, you will see a additional space created or additional folder created here for my new job. Here you will see the code, means there is a clone of my repository. Okay, the clone has been created in this folder. All the code is available here now. So that path, that pom path is relative to this folder. Based on what kind of structure you have to provide this one here, this path, pom path, right? Because I have multi-module project and my pom file exists at the parent level, right? Here only, right? So I did not add any path here. Now let's see what is the reason. So this path have to provide from here. Now let's see the reason of this fail. Go back and open this build and console. You will see here related to Maven, right? We are creating a Maven job, but we did not define it. It is not able to find Maven home here, right? So let's see how to fix that. So to fix your Maven, what you have to do, go to your Manage Jenkins and Global Tool Configurations. You will find a different option. So I would say default Maven settings. I've used all the default values here. Go to the top, just bottom, and you will see an option called Maven installation. So just click on this, add Maven, right here. You can add your own as well, or you can use the existing one. So what I'll do, I'll use this one. Let's say this version is for Apache. So I'll just name it, let's say Apache Maven. Okay, this is available with Jenkins itself. So now say apply and say save. Now come back to your job, okay, and build your job again. Let's say open this and build this job. So if you see, the build has been started, and if I go to console, just open it, open this and go to this console output. If you see, the build has been started, it's building my job because I have a lot of code, so it's taking some time. So if you see here, my job is successful. So that way you can create a specific job where it's mandatory to add your Maven goals, right? So there are other options as well to configure Maven. We'll talk about that later, but this was the simplest way how you can configure and how you can create a Maven specific job here. One more thing here you need to understand. If your project structure has a different folder hierarchy, means let's say you have one folder and then you have another folder and inside you have parent pom. So you have to add this pom accordingly. Okay, this is the important, as I explained, this is relative to where your clone is copied, means where Jenkins cloned your repository. I hope you understood. If you have any question, please add your comment. Thank you.